Team of the Week is back, and our lineup builder is finally back and fixed for Team of the Week 13. This one's going to be a very, very fascinating one. Why? Because we are also factoring in, of course, midweek Champions League games. Why does that matter? Because many big players will have played twice this week, and I'm going to tell you from now, in the first 10-20 seconds, so nobody cries at the end, where's my player, where's this guy, where's that guy? If you played twice and you got packed in, let's say in the Champions League, but you won on the weekend, or vice versa, you won in the Champions League, but got packed this weekend, it is very unlikely that you are going to get in. We're going to prioritize guys that haven't lost this week. Hope that makes sense and hope that clears things up. But as per usual, of course, we can always have honorable mentions. Just like for last week, I read the comments, you guys know by now, we always have 3 honorable mentions. I look at the comments and see what names get picked most. Last week we had Undav for bagging a hat-trick up front, so big ups to him. We also had Eric Garcia of Barcelona, big ups to him. And then we also had Leonard Carl of Bayern Munich. So that is last week's honorable mentions. Let's get stuck into this 11. Now you might think, is this deja vu? Am I on the right video? You are, don't worry. But we do have Mike Maignan again in goal. Obviously last time he was here for all the saves he made in the Milan derby. This time he kept Lazio at bay to make Milan go top of the league. So big ups to him. He's showing that, hey, I see 3 goalkeepers. Maybe we're back. Maybe we can play in goal. I'm hearing even Onana's doing alright in Turkey, so fair play to him. Now, before we get to the right back, I want to say first and foremost, make sure you sub. We are on the road to 60k. And again, bear in mind what I'm going to say here. Chelsea fans, don't panic. Your boy is going to be in this team, but the right back is going to be Hurrien Timber. Why is Hurrien Timber right back? Well, he put in a generational performance, of course, against Bayern Munich, where it was, again, pretty much total clamps bar. The one goal that came down, I guess, Lewis Skelly's side. Bayern couldn't get anything out of him. And even against Chelsea on the weekend, I think he was pretty solid. I don't think he was really at fault for the goal in any way. And again, granted, Chelsea had 10 men, but I think he was solid. He got out of play well, done a little ballerina dribbling thing, so big ups to him. Our first centre-back is going to be Danilo. Now, I don't even know if he's in the thing here. Is he in this website like that? He's not, but I'm going to put this, bruh. This is Danilo of Flamengo, of course. Just won the Copa Libertadores, and he scored the only goal, a little bullet header in the second half. Not only was it great that he won the trophy, but it was great because he got me my perfect 1-0 score prediction. So big ups to him, still doing it at his age. I don't know who this brother is, but just pretend that is the right Danilo. Now, this one, he most certainly should be in here. It is Trevor Chalobah. Back from the wilderness. Was he going to be going on loan? Was he just surpassed the requirements at Chelsea? He's back, and he's now kept a clean sheet against Barcelona. You know, a team with, like I said, Neymar and all these guys. Granted, Ferran Torres was terrible, but Barcelona clean sheet is not too shabby at all. And against Arsenal on the weekend, he got the all-important go-ahead goal, because second half, coming out with 10 men against 11, it could have easily been Arsenal score 1 goal and that's it, floodgates open. But he scored a header to open the scoring minute 48, and just in general was really impressive. Didn't really give Arsenal many chances either, so fair play to him. And the left back I'm going to go with here definitely isn't in the game like that, so I'm going to just type in some random guy from Sweden, and I'm going to just pick someone that maybe just some random Caucasian dude that could potentially be him. You know what? I'm going to go with this guy. Here you go. You are now Alex Butner. That's a name that maybe you guys haven't heard for years. If you are a United fan, you'll recognize his name and you'll think, hold on a minute. 2025, Butner's making Team of the Weeks. Well, this guy at Vitesse here, I'll be honest, I saw this on Twitter. I was not watching the 90 minutes, but I saw enough to say, you know what? You can get in. Because, essentially, he was moving like Neymar, bro. The dribbling he was doing, the way he was creating the chances for people. He scored a goal. He got an assist as well for Vitesse. So I thought, you know what? You can get in this team. Obviously, I know people were arguing about maybe Cucurella. I felt as though Cucurella kind of got packed in against Saka on the weekend. As good as he was against, you know, Barcelona and Lamine Yamal, I think Saka kind of put him in a blender this particular time. So we're going to give Butner a shout over there. In DM, it is the guy you've been waiting for. It is our captain for this Team of the Week. It is Reece James. I mean, listen, he was good against Barca, right? He got an assist against Barca. We're going to call it like a Foden assist, right? Where it was basically all Esteval in it. Esteval dribbled 4 or 5 players and banged it top bins. But regardless, he was great against Barca to the point where we didn't really see Frankie de Jong at all. Obviously alongside Caicedo too, but Caicedo can't be in because he decided to go and stamp on Marino. And on the weekend, Reece James was man of the match by far against Arsenal. I don't think it was even close. And it begs the question, I'm going to do a video later on TikTok. Is there a potential shout that after all these years of arguing about Trent in midfield, could he have been the guy to solve England's midfield problems all along? Maybe. Because he was winning every 50-50. He was strong on the ball. He was making the right passes, making the right choices. Really, really good game for him. Playing up alongside someone who's going to be alongside in this team. And maybe even for England as well. Because we have Declan Rice after, I don't even know what to call that against Bayern Munich, bro. Titanic performance, gargantuan, monster class performance. I don't know what you want to call it. But essentially, that brother put on the armband and just went crazy against Bayern. One of the best performances that I've seen from a midfielder this season. And then again, on the weekend, many people, obviously, again, I believe Reece James was by far man of the match. I think Declan Rice on Arsenal's side was probably the only reason why Chelsea didn't pop their head, with 3 or 4 goals. Some last-ditch blocks. Even when they tried to drive forward, he was the one doing it to create the chance for Martinelli that Sanchez saved and whatnot. So I think his game kind of went under the radar a little bit because Arsenal didn't really get the result that they were after. But again, low-key, England. Is there something cooking with these two potentially? Is that something? Let me know, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, England fans. Maybe a little experiment. I don't know. In the 10, we have... Oh, he's not even there. Of course. So you let me just go and put this guy. I'm going to put Ronaldinho, yeah? And I'm just going to write Neymar. But you know who I mean. You know who I mean when I put Ronaldinho's face. Because Neymar Jr., why is he here? I keep on seeing fail compilations on Twitter. And then I open Instagram and it's 433 or Fabrizio Romano announcing that he's done his ACL and he's out for a whole year or something. And then the very next day, he goes and scores again. So I'm like, what is even going on here? Essentially, this time, he was told by the doctors, yo, don't play, you're going to injure yourself. Meniscus, ACL, MCL, DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whatever injuries, he had that. And he said, you know what? I'm going to put Santos on my back. Like Pele back in 1958, for those of us who remember what Pele was on them times. He bags his goal. He helps Santos, of course, in a relegation battle. So big ups to him. Again, I know there's certain arguments for some players that cooked this weekend, but you have to bear in mind they got spanked midweek. So that's why they can't really be in this. Now on the right, I've cheated ever so slightly to get Kenan Yildiz. Obviously, he plays on the left, plays in the 10, but those two are going to be occupied. So he slightly has to make way a little bit, but he'll be in the team regardless. I think he is looking like back to his best. Of course, in the first month or so, we had him in Ballon d'Or type convos in terms of the top 10 or 15. Then he fell off a little bit maybe as the manager was getting sacked. But since the last maybe 3 or 4 weeks, he's been firing again, looking like his magical self. So big ups to him. Striker, we're going Aubameyang, the first African player to touch 400 career goals in, let's say, serious leagues and Champions Leagues and whatnot. So big ups to him. Obviously, brace against Newcastle was fantastic. First goal was class. Second goal, striker's instinct. And on the weekend, he should have had the match-winning assist against Toulouse, but unfortunately, they went on to draw 2-2. That was off the dome, by the way. So big ups to myself for that one. And on the left, of course, this one is nice and easy. Kylian Mbappe, yet again, this time 4 goals midweek in the Champions League and got the only goal for Real Madrid this weekend. Now, one thing I want to note, by the way, people were telling me in the video that I made, why didn't I gas up Vinny? I'm sorry, like, they were telling me Mbappe done nothing other than score a penalty. That's how I know you didn't actually watch the game, bro. Because before Mbappe even got his penalty, he was head and shoulders above everyone else on that pitch. That's why I said he's getting no help, bro. He was driving forward himself. Obviously unlucky not to score a couple as well. It was all Mbappe. I had the handball goal as well, but again, that's neither here nor there. He was phenomenal. And our gaffer of the week is going to be, I think this one's pretty easy, has to be a man who, again, Champions League and on the weekend, he delivered. His name is Enzo Maresca, who, of course, played against Barcelona and Arsenal and looked like the better team in both those games. So fair play to him, like we said. He's developing that big game CV. That catalogue is growing and growing against the big teams. Are they in a title race? Let me know. Chelsea fans or rival fans, whoever, let me know. Of course, tomorrow we'll be back for our updated Ballon d'Or rankings. December the 1st, or as of December the 1st rather. So I'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys later this afternoon, this evening, for the Twitch highlight stream where you can come and chat about who played good, who played bad. So yeah, go follow the Twitch. It's the same name as YouTube and everywhere. In a bit. Bosh.